mice, squirrel-looking things are called dogs because they make a barking sound. And then before we turn to the next page, you can see on that map, the darker part of the United States is where most of the prairie dogs in our country are found. They're in the prairies, which is flat, grassy land. All right, Nadia, I'm going to have you read 7 and 8.
Could I actually share something?
Hold on, Gabriella. Let's finish reading.
Okay.
For 7, 8, you switch when I turn the page.
Yeah, it's upside down.
In the cold of winter, when food is hard to find, prairie dogs may stay in their burrows all the time. In warm months, it is usually easy to see prairie dogs like many animals. They like to be outside during the day. They spend most mornings and afternoons looking for food. A prairie dog grass leaves and plant roots are a delicious treat. Sometimes prairie dogs eat farm crops or food, or crows or horses.
Or cows or horses.
They eat cows or horses. Many farmers become angry about this.
Okay, so think about that. So prairie dogs like to eat grass and leaves and plant roots. Those are delicious treats. And then sometimes they can also eat the food that is grown for cows and horses. So that's why a farmer might be angry about that. All right, Olivia, let's have you read paragraph 9 because paragraph 10 is pretty large and we'll break that one up. So read paragraph 9 for us, Olivia.
Prairie dogs have a troubled history with farmers and ranchers.
Beyond
Eating crops, they will also cut down
vegetation
to maintain a view of their
area,
and they will eat the same grassy that would
otherwise
they will
be available
for cattle and horses.
Okay, let's stop there. So this isn't a reason that farmers might have trouble with prairie dogs, because they eat, or not only will they eat the crops that are grown for other animals, they cut down vegetation. That means they're going to cut the grass really low so that they can see when they come out of their holes. They want to be able to see around them. And that grass that they're cutting down is the grass that cows and horses would eat. So if they cut all the grass down, the horses and cows don't have anything to eat. All righty. Willie, do you want to read paragraph 10?
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
However, prairie dog can help the nature landscape. The prairie dog is an important part of the prairie ecosystem. Prairie dog soil, which can allow them.
Hold on, go back to prairie dogs digging.
Prairie dogs digging brings air to the soil, which can allow for more water to go deeper into the soil, their waste is also rich in a gas called
nitrogen,
which improves the quality of
the soil and vegetation. The prairie dogs also supports a wide variety of species. Another way, foxes, coyotes, weasels, snakes, hawks, eagles, and black-footed ferrets are some of the many predators that
But rely.
rely on prairie dogs for food.
Okay, and then I'll finish it up. If it looks like a squirrel and barks like a dog, it can be only one thing. It is a prairie dog. Okay, so paragraph 10, which is what Willie just read, would be some examples of why prairie dogs could be helpful if you were a farmer. They dig in the ground and that brings air into the soil and that can allow for water to go deep and so that the plants can grow.
I don't want no snakes in my garden.
Well, you might have snakes there, Willie. And also their waste. So when they use the restroom, they release the gas called nitrogen that makes that soil high quality. And they also can help other animals, or they might bring other animals in there because they're food for those predators that they mentioned, for foxes, coyotes, weasels, snakes, hawks, eagles, and that would bring those animals to where the prairie dogs live. Okay, before I answer the questions, I hope you guys have really thought about if you were a farmer, what would you like to have live near prairie dog towns? So I see I have some questions, so let me go to those first. Gabriella, did you have a question?
It's actually about prairie dogs.
Okay, you're going to share something?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So there my dad has a dirt bike track and there's this tall hill and it has a prairie dog hole actually.
Ooh,
Yeah.
very neat. Okay, so you've seen prairie dogs. Well,
I
and
haven't
they're common.
seen them, but I've seen their holes and they're pretty
Okay.
deep.
And they're very common in New Mexico. Okay, thank you. Zach?
Almost every day we get bigger and bigger holes.
Well, and you know what? And actually, we also have animals around here called gophers, and those can be confused with prairie dogs. So those holes that we might see might not be prairie dogs, they might be gophers. So keep that in mind. All right, Riley, what did you want to say?
So there's like a little drive-through bank that my mom goes to. So like usually in the warm time, you see like a lot of prairie dogs there.
Okay, so you might see a prairie dog town there. All right. Olivia, did you want to say something?
Yes, I put no, I would not like to live near a prairie dog town because
Wait, hold on, Olivia. You're working ahead. I'm glad you thought about that because that is what I asked you to do, to think about it. But don't write anything or because we want to make sure we do it together so it's done correctly, okay? But thank you, Olivia, for telling me that you would not, and I want to hear your reasons in just a minute, okay? Nadia, did you want to say something?
Yeah. My grandma lives in Hoglalis, so I see lots of holes there. Some I don't know are snake holes or some are prairie dog holes.
Right, and that's true. We don't always know what the holes in the ground are made from. There's different types of animals that make holes in the ground. So they could be prairie dogs, but they could also be snakes, like I know Willie mentioned that. Okay, I know some of you still have some comments, but let's hold those for just a minute. Let's go back to our graphic organizer. So on that first box, we wrote what our purpose was, and that was our question. If you were a farmer, would you want to live near a prairie dog town? So now, Olivia and the rest of you, we're gonna write our opinion sentence. Now remember, we're not using the word because in this sentence. Pick an opinion starter from your first square of your graphic organizer. So if you want to start your sentence with, in my opinion, or I think, or I strongly believe, I feel. Pick one of those sentence starters. And in this box where it says state your opinion, you're going to write your sentence. You might have to write small again. So for example, I might say, in my opinion, I would not want to live near a prairie dog town. Then that's just my statement. I didn't say because, I didn't give any reasons. I just stated my opinion. Miss Raven, I see you're at therapy, sweetie. Do you have your prairie dog story, Raven?
Sure. Yes.
Okay, perfect. So I know that you were driving in the car when we did this first part. So Raven, I want to know what you think. Would you want to live near a prairie dog town if you were a farmer? What do you think, Raven?
Yes, because they're so cute, and I would.
Well, okay, so you might think that they're cute, but would that be a good reason to live near a prairie dog town if you were a farmer? Did we read about that in the text?
No, but
Okay.
but what if they grow their own? What if we grow their own grass?
That could be something that you could do. You could make grass just for them. All right, so Raven, I want you to write in that box here, use a sentence starter, in my opinion, and then you say, I would or I wouldn't want to live near a prairie dog town if I were a farmer. All right, give me a thumbs up from the rest of you if you have written your opinion sentence. All right. Okay, Olivia, read to me what you wrote.
I put, in my opinion, no, I would not like to live near a prairie dog town because...
No, because. Just put a period right there after the word town. We will add your because in the next part. So good job, Olivia. So don't write because yet. We're just stating our opinion. Okay, good job. All right, who else wants to share their opinion? Zach.
I wrote, in my opinion, I do not want to live near a prairie dog town.
Perfect. There's your opinion. Nice work. Nadia, read your opinion.
I think as a farmer, I would like to live next to a prairie dog farm.
Perfect. To a prairie dog town. There's your opinion. Nice work. Angelique, read your opinion.
In my opinion, I would not like to live near a prairie dog town.
Perfect. You guys are getting much better about just stating the opinion. Gabriella, go ahead and read yours.
In my opinion, I would not want to live near a prairie dog town, period.
Perfect. There you go. Okay, so we were going to go ahead and continue on with our reason and our example. However, I think what we'll do is we will save those for our meeting on Thursday because that takes a little more time and I don't want you guys to be on the computer all day long. So what your job is going to be for Thursday is to think about a reason. If you said yes, you want to live near a prairie dog town, you need a reason to tell me why you believe that, and it needs to have evidence from the text that would support that. So, for example, let's say I said, yes, I would like to live near a prairie dog town. One reason is I think prairie dogs are very interesting. Okay, there's my reason. But then I need to give evidence from the text. Why do I think they're interesting? And so I need to go back into the story and find something that would be interesting about prairie dogs. Or if I said, no, I would not like to live near a prairie dog town if I were a farmer. One reason is they cause a lot of damage to the ground. There's my reason. Well, how do I know they cause damage to the ground? Well, the text says this. So you guys just need to think about a reason and an example, and the example will come from the text, and the reason is kind of something in your own words that you would say why you would like to live near prairie dog towns or why you would not. So we will do those on Thursday, your reason and examples, and then Friday we'll finish it up. Okay, Zach, it looks like you have a question for me. What is your question?
Do prairie dogs have anti-venom?
You know what, Zach? I'm gonna say probably not, but I don't know for sure. That's my guess. That's my guess, because I don't know if they are poison. If they're sick and they bite you, they may give you like a disease like rabies or something, but I don't know if they have venom, like a snake or something. That might be a good Google question.
I got the idea from snakes.
Good thought, Zach. You might want to Google that and report back to us on Thursday. Okay. Angelique, I see yours. Thank you for showing me. You put it down because I know you've been holding it a long time, sweetie. Okay, so real quick, hold on before I answer any more questions. Let me just review kind of what, we're gonna skip that one until Thursday. Okay, just real quick, assignments for today for ELA. You're gonna do your daily language activity, day 2. Our phonics lesson in Moby Max, which is the sounds of and we're working on EAR today. Language arts, 10 problems, pretty quick on present tense verbs. That means that the action is happening right now. And then we did our opinion sentence, but we'll do the rest, the reason and the example on Thursday. So you don't need to worry about that. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing and now I will answer some questions. So